back, everybody. Going over my big win today. Futures this morning plus 3,300 bucks. Pretty decent move in the market, playing off CPI release. So I went a little bit heavier than normal. Let's just dive into it here. I'm going to be showing it to you on TradingView and not on NinjaTrader for two reasons. One, I don't know how to blur out my account numbers, but two, more importantly, making a video on NinjaTrader kind of sucks. It's just easier, cleaner to do it here on TradingView. So what I was doing was not even at my desk in this time frame. I knew the numbers were coming out soon. I had no idea which way it was going to go, and I got in right as I saw this flat top starting to form. So we were putting in some lower, and we popped up here, couldn't hold, started to sell off. I actually didn't enter into it short until here on this little Eiffel Tower setup. So you got candlestick, tiny something, candlestick. So I went short on it here, and I went pretty light, and I actually exited it right in one of these two candles. Let's see. So pretty light move here, because I didn't really have much to base it on. I didn't know which way it was going. I had no support and resistance out here. I didn't know if what point we might potentially bounce and keep pushing up. So I went light, and while I was doing that, while I was watching it from here, I kept making a new base for it to test or break through. So I built this one first. After we came down and put in this low, came back, hammered through it, put in a new low. Let me move it. So we came back, put in this low, so I moved it down here, and just kind of watched it, seen it put in a nice little tight double bottom, but still we didn't push up, make a new high. So I started looking, where is my potential place to just launch off of with size, and that was here right before we opened up to CPI, this zone. So these two candles were the last two before, or three were the last three before CPI. So right in this area is what I was looking back to come back and touch, and we did. I entered on this candle heavy, and I nailed the bottom. I got filled on the wick. I went in pretty heavy. I sat through this pullback, and I sat through this pullback. So I rode it all the way up to here and sold it right back in this resistance box. So as we re-entered, I exited this trade. This one was about 2,100 bucks for movement. Like I said, I was loaded up on size right there. And then I started to flip short. We came up, couldn't break this previous high here, and we started to pull back. Bounced up, same spot, pulled back. I was a little hesitant on entering on the second time, and kind of thought, well, I may have just screwed myself. But then we bounced back up, put in a lower high. We couldn't even close a candle above my resistance box. So I went heavy again, not as heavy. I didn't want to give back all my gains, but I got in. Gosh, that candle's big, or arrow's big. Right as we were leaving the box here. I entered in and held it down to here, right back into this zone, and covered. Come on, you bastard. So, right as we broke into here is where I covered, and this move was about 1,300 bucks. So 3,300 bucks on these two moves, you know, done before 9:38. Let's see, is that the right time? No, so done before 10:38, 10:40 in the morning Eastern, and that was it. I could have kept going, but you know, when you have your biggest win ever, and it comes in pretty quick, you know, you kind of go through this little bit of euphoria. At least I did. I couldn't think straight for about the next hour and a half, 2 hours. It's pretty excited. Um, we'll go through my other trades that I took today, but I'm gonna make a second video for that. So for the futures, that's what I got. Played the CPI report. I expected the big movement. We got the big movement, and because of that, I went heavier than I normally would have. Just because I expected the volatility to be there. So that's what I got, guys. Look for my other video for my option plays today. Thanks.